2 miles Alpha.
Namesake of the ship is John C. Stennis. He was a great senator from the state of Mississippi, father of the modern Navy, if you will. He was a real advocate of the nuclear Navy, in particular nuclear-powered aircraft carriers. He is the only senator, really the only individual who was not a president or a four-star admiral to have a carrier named after him. So. This is the 7th of 10 Nimitz-class carriers. She was commissioned in December of 1995, so she's about 17, 18 years old. She was built for 50 years. I'm sure that we will use her for much longer than 50 years. I think as you walk around the ship, you will notice that we take very good care of her. That's my responsibility to make sure that we do that. She's always been said to be the cleanest ship in the Navy, and so we take great pride in that.
It's already on deck.
Welcome aboard.
What, for a
Welcome aboard
turnaround?
the John C. Stennis, folks.
Yeah.
We're happy to have you on board and show you what these young people do for us. I am Lieutenant Commander Ed Hassel. I'm the aircraft handling officer, the handler. I'll give you a quick rundown as to what flight deck control is. Between myself and my air wing rep, Chief will manage the aircraft maintenance, aircraft availability, so we can ultimately execute the air plan, which is this. The whole, every aircraft on deck in the hangar bay and in the air is being driven by this plan here. So we shoot different events. What you see is a color-coded aircraft, the pins. Different colored pins mean different, have different meanings. These guys are going first, meaning this event. This particular event, we're shooting what we call the green guys, green pins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're about to get these guys airborne. As soon as these guys get airborne, this recovery is coming in. See all these guys here? These are the guys in the air that are coming down. So as soon as we shoot this event, you'll hear them wrap the waist, and you'll see them wrap the bow, and then the recovery will start coming in. As a matter of fact, you'll see them here. These guys, this is the ship, and you'll see them start forming up in here, and they'll be coming down in different intervals: 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 mile intervals, at one at a time. As they land, we'll start taxing them, because the ship, although it appears big, when you have this many aircraft, it's actually quite small. So because the aircraft are large, so we'll start parking these guys, boom, boom, as soon as they come in, and on this side. We continue to.
So as the Admiral's making his way up here, the way the command structure for the strike group breaks down, of course you got the captain of the ship, second in command is the XO that we met earlier. So you got the captain that's just above the XO there in total command and responsibility for the ship. Then you have the air wing that is pretty much the combination of all the squadrons that we have form the air wing. And there's an air wing commander who is equal rank to the captain of the ship. And then we also usually deploy with a destroyer squadron. So a group of guided missile destroyers, usually about 4 or 5 of them. And then in charge of that destroyer squadron, you have the Commodore, who's equal rank to the captain, who's equal rank to the strike group commander. And all 3 of them fall under the Admiral of the strike group. And the Admiral of the strike group is overall in charge of the ship, the aircraft, and the small boys. So without further ado,
I think he's on board.
Without further ado, we're Admiral Charles Gaouette, everyone.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
Great.
Where have you been?
Thank you for the invite.
Oh, you're most welcome. Where have you been so far?
Chandler area.
Okay, so you're going to go out on the flight deck in a little while? Yes. As they say, keep your head on a swivel. So watch what you're doing. It's a very dangerous place, but it's important that you see it. Are they going out at night?
They will, to Vulture's Road. Yes, sir.
You'll like that as well. That's a highlight, watching planes land. We're in the middle. Have you talked about what we're doing?
Roughly. Talk a little bit about suspects. Yes, sir.
Okay, we're we think we're getting ready to go overseas, probably in the next 45 days or so. We think for about 7 or 8 months to be, ostensibly to keep the sea lanes open. But I think if you read the papers about what's going on in the Middle East, it's easy to figure out why we're going. I don't think the government has any plans to do anything, but I think it wants options. So they're sending us there to join up with another aircraft carrier, the Eisenhower, for deployment. The crew found out about 7 days ago, after thinking that we were going to be around until the end of the year. So you can imagine emotions kind of dipped. But within 24 hours of us telling them that, they were telling us that they were ready to go and were up for the mission. And their only concern was what their spouses would say. So, like most of us, they work very hard for not a lot of money, and the only thing they really ask is occasional affirmation that what they're doing is important, which is why your visit is so useful to us, because not only do you get to see what we're doing, but you have a chance to tell them how much you appreciate what they're doing. So you're going to look at these young men and women and you're going to think, well, they're too busy, they don't want to talk to me, I don't want to bother them. But in fact, you're out here seeing what they do. Their families can never see those. So you telling them that what they do is important is in fact just what they want to hear. So I would encourage you as you walk around to just grab a sailor and talk to them and ask them what's on their mind. It's hypnotic. I have a picture. I have a TV in my office, and after about a week of this, I said, I wonder how long you can watch this before you get tired of it. The answer is never. It's just the same.
Yeah.
We'll be to fly Hornets.
Well, welcome to John C. Stennis.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good. It's one of 10 Nimitz-class aircraft carriers, and it's a special treat to have you here. I'm really glad that you're able to come. We're in the process of doing workups right now, so we're integrating not only with the Desron 2-1, but with the Air Wing. We have cruisers out here, 2 cruisers that are out here, so a lot of activity taking place. And when I talk about this ship, I always say that we're the preeminent arbitrators of world peace and stability.
Amen.
I'll say that again. Preeminent arbitrators of world peace and stability. Anytime the President of the United States has an issue, he will surge one of his Nimitz-class aircraft carriers there. So we're 4.5 acres of sovereign U.S. territory, 100,000 tons, 5,000 sailors on board, 60 to 70 strike aircraft, 2 nuclear reactors, 550 megawatts each. 4 shafts, 320,000 shaft horsepower. So she gets up and moves. She jumps. I say she jumps. For a big gal, she can dance.
What's top speed?
Amen.
30 knots, 35.
I get it right in here.
A lot.
I get 30 knots for chain link, 35 knots.
When a pilot ejects, they're going to have a neck or a back injury, and that's basically how we treat. How we would treat anyone that we're going to save out here is with a neck or a back injury. So our rescue litter is a big one. Basic things: it has a float chest pad, 4 restraining straps. When it's in the follow me, please.
Oh, okay, so your fuel form direction. Yeah, this is
What we're looking at right now, the underside of one of our elevator platforms. That's the elevator platform. That'll lower down, we can put the aircraft on it,
start over here with the board on our left. And that's our flight condition board. From the top down, it starts with our ship's current weather.
Similar
What event and the case or the weather conditions outside, depending on how much control the aircraft controllers in the back room give the aircraft that are either airborne or going airborne. Below that's the divert field weather and our divert fields and some basic information for those fields. Divert fields are important for the condition of if we have to send an aircraft to the beach because it's safer to land them there, whether it's they're low on fuel or they've got a situation where it's just better for them to go back to where there's maintainers and a steady deck, so to speak. So what we do is it normally takes an aircraft 8 minutes to fly from 21 miles to the ship, and that includes their initial 250 knots, then they slow down when they put their gear down, approach speed, so on and so forth. So these aircraft are going to be a minute apart. So when they come out of Marshall, they're going to be separated about 5 miles. Approach, which sits down here in the front, there's 2 of them, that's where you see 15 and 17. So the first aircraft is called the approach A on 15, second aircraft B, so on and so forth. Their job is to take those aircraft that are 5 miles apart and ultimately put them 2 to 2.5 miles apart. We legally can go to 1.5 miles. So normal separation at an international airport is about 3 miles. So we put 2 airplanes where there's normally 1. The finals, which is the scopes on the very ends here, that's the ACLS, Automatic Carrier Landing System. Each aircraft has their own address assigned to them. We punch in that address, the system goes out, locks onto the airplane, and it'll give the pilot needles information. It basically looks like a rifle scope. And you can see that in the bottom right-hand corner of those scopes right there. So if the pilot sees the needle, the vertical needle right and the horizontal needle up, that means he needs to turn right and climb. That system also has the capability for F-18s to do a mode 1 approach, which means the aircraft gets coupled with the computer and the pilot takes his hands off the stick and it lands the airplane for him. Yes, it works. We did.
Double the truth.
Temperature is 60 degrees, up to 39.5.